Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. There's a woman in London. Hello. Hello. She's married her cat. I married me cat.
Interesting.
Yeah, now, I would give her a hard time, like, what is going on here? But actually, I think her reason is reasonable.
What?
I know. It's hard to believe.
Oh, boy.
I apologize. I know you didn't expect this from me.
No, it's a new BJ.
Yeah, and look, I'm not a fan of cats. I don't believe you should call them your children, which is why Rev is forever just insane.
They are my babies.
But she married her cat because she wanted to stop her landlords from forcing her to give up the pet. Her name is Deborah. She's a single mom of two, and I think those are two humans. So she said, okay, I need to be able to keep this cat. So she conducted this marriage ceremony to her cat in her backyard. And, well, here she is talking about the blessed event.
I've just married my cat. I've been faced with eviction, and I wanted to show that I would keep her forever and let no man do us part.
I guess the landlord being the man trying to do them part.
So the kid's now going to call the cat dad or mom?
Like, cat daddy. Cat dad. Cat dad. Cat dad.
Is it a male cat or a female?
These are good questions,
Oh, no, it's
Steve.
a female cat named India.
Oh, okay. So this is this marriage on many levels is very revolutionary.
Yeah. Then they go to school. We have two moms. Okay. We've met your mom, Deborah. No, now I have also India.
Yeah.
My cat.
How do the
Mommy
PTA
cat
meetings work?
Mommy cat. We had a song for it and everything, don't we?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. So Deborah, of course, needed to explain this because one is like, hello, how do you marry a cat? And she tells us about this.
Well, you read from the Bible, you say the words to the universe, you get your mate who's ordained to read it, and you just say it out loud. You'll state your intent. I'm autistic. I've told the universe I'm married to my cat.
Okay, I mean,
I bet she's a lot of fun at parties.
yeah, she's.
I think. Yeah,
she's half like new agey, but then she talks about the Bible, and I don't think the Bible blesses this kind of union. I don't think it even talks about it.
Depends on what kind of Bible, man.
That's true. It could be the Bible of cats.
Yeah.
Oh, the cat Bible.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Well,
look, if you're at a party and somebody says Danny, over there by the keg, that's Deborah, and she just married her cat. So you're telling me you wouldn't want to go over there and listen to this?
Yeah, I'd probably need to take some allergy medicine first and then go over there.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's a good point. And, I mean...
Put on 2 Live Crews, pop that P-word song.
Jeez.
Of course, the next question...
Cats.
Oh, yeah, totally.
So the next question is that, all right, I mean, if you're married to your cat, I mean, that means now you are, we're your mates, literally mates. And, well, I mean, what, is anything going on? I mean...
This is India, who I've just married. She's 5 years old. She's got 3 legs. I love her. We've not got a sexual relationship, but I never want to be without her. So she's going to be mine. India, the 3-legged cat.
Look, I think she's a little off her rocker, but at no point did I think she was having sex with a cat.
Well, I'm glad she clarified it just to
You
make
just need
sure.
to know. I mean, I think these are important questions. I mean, she's out there.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works over there, but I know a lot of people get either a doctor's note or a little fake vest for their animal and call them an emotional support animal in order to get them into their houses and keep them. Like, I have a few friends who have done that. Wouldn't that have been easier and a little
not
less
as much
kooky?
fun.
I mean, she could have still gotten all dressed up and done it.
We ain't talking about her on our show if she just got an emotional support animal.
Well, that was her plan.
Well, I'm with Vicky. I feel like there's no court in the land that's going to go, wait a second, you try to avoid this guy from kicking you out because he doesn't want animals in there by marrying the animal. That's not legal. You can't know.
So,
I mean, it's... I mean, it's not legal. You can't marry. Can you over in England? Can you marry an animal and therefore there you are? It's a whole different ballgame.
Well, that's the first time we're Googling this to find out the laws of England when it comes to marrying animals. But
yeah, so it is not legal to marry a pet in the UK. So the quote unquote marriage is a spiritual one. Although,
what is that? But how do you
look? If I'm the landlord and she went through all this to keep the cat, I'd be like, just keep the cat.
Dude, this is not the first time either. I just found an article that says a woman married a dog 8 years ago.
Oh well.
Same reason?
Yeah. No, I don't believe so.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder why.
Wanted to marry it.
Yeah.
There's another person who I'm sure is quite stable. But again, if this is where their mind takes them, they're not hurting anybody, that's fine. I have no problem with that because, look, if people are wired a way to walk a different path, to beat to a different drum, as long as they're not doing horrible things, then that's fine.
I mean, she's just trying to keep her place.
I just don't understand how she thinks that's going to stop if the landlord was already irritated with her, if she came back and said, well, you can't oust me now, I married me cat. And I'd be like, are you blanking kidding me? Lady, I am so now motivated to get you the hell out of here. If you really did marry your cat.
Oh my God.
You got to get out of here.
I just found marryyourpet.com.
Oh, finally. Well,
you're ordained. You should start doing weddings.
You know what? If you want to, absolutely.
You're really going to do this? You're going to marry people to their pet?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
You should sit down and talk with the pet and the owner to make sure it's not weird.
Yeah, because the pet might not.
Well, yeah, we need to go through a little counseling beforehand to make sure that everyone knows and understands what's going on.
I think they call that pet cana classes, aren't they? Is that what they are?
This website, not only does it look like someone made it with like the MySpace formatting, there's even like a little section that's like, divorce your pet if it cheats on you. Divorceyourpet.com.
Well, yeah. You know that pet, don't let it out of the house because they're kind of, they don't care.
Well, what is considered cheating on a pet? Because, sometimes I'll come home after, like, being at a buddy's place that has a dog, and Lulu's like, dude, I smell another dog on you.
Oh, yeah, I've had that with my cats before, too. Yeah, they'll freak out. They'll get mad.
But I didn't do anything wrong. Maybe I rubbed the dog's belly.
Did the dog do anything to your leg?
Well, I might have put a pillow in between us, and you know.
See, I think that doesn't matter. I feel like, you know what, your dog Lulu has a right to think that her master's a cheater.
Okay, though, if you're a landlord,
yes,
because I feel like this landlord, if the landlord has a good sense of humor, I almost feel like you're going to let this person stay because it's ridiculous. She married her three-legged cat.
You say that, but he's been dealing with New Age Nancy over here for a long. I don't think this is the first time she's probably done some stuff that he's just like, what are you doing, love?
Okay, so
what is this?
All right, so that option's probably out the window. Now you have. This lady's so insane that she's willing to marry her three-legged cat. Do I really want to kick her out? Because she might come back and burn this whole place down.
Ooh, that is an interesting situation.
I might keep her in there out of fear.
Do you feel like she's that kind of person? Is she that kind of eccentric that she would go from insane? Because I think you'd say she's eccentric to then she's insane if she's going to actually, harm people. Do you think she can cross that line?
I don't know. I guess I have to assess the situation. Like, how much of a problem... Is she a pain in the ass besides the cat? Then maybe, okay, get her out of there. But if the cat's the only issue, let her marry her cat and let them be happy in the apartment.
It's a three-legged cat. I don't understand why she can't have it in the first place, unless it's supposed to be a no-pets apartment and she brought the cat into the life.
That's really what I'm thinking it is, yeah.
And so she's like...
It's not my pet, it's my
husband. But they just said, hey, how about you just give me an extra $1,000 security deposit and we're good.
Yeah, see, I'm not that guy. Since I'm not a pet guy, and if I had apartment buildings, I'd be like, yeah, you're out. Yeah, I don't care how you. There's not. She'd have to give me a lot of money to keep that cat. And no, marrying the cat isn't going to deter me. It's just going to make me go, wow, you are even more bizarre than I thought you were.
And I think we need like a pet psychic or a pet medium or a pet.
They do have them.
I know some pet communicators.
Yeah, my wife can help you with that.
Well, we need to know.
Oh, my wife can too. They can, maybe commiserate on that.
I paid a lot of money for pet communicators over the years, Steve.
Well, we need to make sure that this pet wanted to get married in the first place.
No, you absolutely do. Yes.
Oh yeah, the pet communicator can tell you that for $250.
That's how much it cost you. How many hours did you put into this?
How many hours? Oh, don't ask. Please don't ask.
Okay, that's
our dog was alive for like 14 years or so. So that's how many hours do we have in the 14 years that the dog needed to be communicated with?
Do you think you spent more or less than $5,000 on this pet communicator?
Oh, if it was less than $5,000, I'd be happy.
Wow. Okay, I knew you had. So I remember you saying that you guys had a pet communicator. I didn't realize it was an ongoing
Oh, yes.
thing. What did you guys learn from this pet communicator?
What did I learn? I learned that the cost of marriage is going to be whatever the hell they want. That's what I learned.
So probably have your wife in California because of these interesting financial decisions.
Honestly, I mean, it's yeah.
No, but okay. So what did they learn? Because obviously you learned nothing from it. Because why would you?
The kind of food the dog wanted, how the dog wanted to be treated. The dog was not happy with me. I was
why?
Why
was the dog not happy with you?
The man. I was known as the man. The man is very mean. That's all I kept getting from the pet communicator.
Oh, it's very correct then.
And that
it could have been about Joe.
Yeah,
he's a man.
Yeah, Joe was long gone. He was like, I'm out. Yeah.
See, when we actually have done this with the cats, and I found out that Frankie considers me his guy, and so that's why he always cuddles with me, and I give the best pets.
What was the? Do I ask?
See,
it was just because my wife wanted to, and I don't think she spent any money. It was just a free. Yeah, it was just a free thing.
That's fine.
If it's free, I'd do that with Lulu just for poops and giggles.
Yeah, it's fun. We spend money
on
it.
Well, $250 a pop.
How did you just get the free one and stop there? Because that's the drug dealer. The first one's free, and the next thing you know,
they got the answers they wanted.
Yeah, my wife has a very good will.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, because a lot of willpower there.
As soon as you get that first little bit of like, because, I think my wife was thinking, there's something wrong with the dog, and I really care about this dog. I'm trying to figure it out. And then the pet communicator, I can tell you how. And then it's like talking to a loved one that's dead. I can have you communicate with your dead father. And next thing you know, you got a medium in your life for $250. I mean,
I believe in those too. Those are good.
Yeah, ghosts are real, BJ.
Yeah.
Oh, don't get me started on ghosts, astrology, or pet communicators, because it's like they tell you the things that you go, oh, really? The dog and you are not getting along. Oh, really? You think so? Wow. You had to communicate with the dog to figure that out. I could have told you that and wouldn't have paid you a damn dime. I know we're not getting along because the dog looks at me and I look at it and we're not happy looks. You don't have to
How
communicate.
How do you get to be able to have these ability to converse with animals?
Oh, that is a good question, Dr. Doolittle.
You just got to listen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, it is. And she did it over the phone. She didn't even have to be in the same room.
Oh my gosh.
She's that good.
If you're gonna give if you're gonna give somebody $250, you better show up and bring some lemonade.
Some lemonade.
No, something. Let's rewind.
Well, Chris Hansen,
this means that we could get $250 a pop for just saying that we're pet communicators.
Yes.
But we got to find people just that are willing to pay it. That's the thing.
Apparently, they're out there.
One.
Yeah. You got one. You can just put that one up over and over again.
I wonder how many clients she had, to be honest with you, because that was her job.
Do you do it on speakerphone at least? Or does she have to talk to the animal? Like, did you put the phone up against FaceTime?
These are all, the animal had to be near, I suppose, but she could tell. She could sense over the airwaves, phone waves, dog waves, I don't know.
I'm picturing her on the other end of the line, putting you guys on mute and just laughing at her, like whoever her friend is in the room. Be like, they believe this and they're going to give me $250.
Yeah, that's what you got going on over there.
Unmute and be like, BJ, it sounds like your dog has some issues with you and your anger.
Yeah.
Back on mute.
Oh, yeah.
These suckers.
Oh, yeah. Hey, every minute.
So was she from Washington?
Oh, no. She was from someplace. She wasn't from Washington. Probably Mount Shasta. That's where it seems like a lot of these folks are living. All the people that do all these supernatural
that's where the aliens
things.
live, like underneath.
Aliens give you a little help. Here's some technology for you to be able to listen to the animals long distance. Here you go. Here's the flux capacitor you need to have the conversation with BJ's wife.
I would pay money to be in the room to watch you react to this whole thing going on.
Oh, really? You've seen me react like that. You've been around me when I've been pissed at the radio station. It's a very similar reaction.
But this one I have no stake at. So
no dog in the fight is what you're saying. Yeah,
I didn't want to bring up an animal.
Yeah, well, hey. Yeah, it was a one day. It was a wonderful time. I have to tell you, I learned a lot about my dog. Yeah. Invaluable.
You think the dog also was like, what are we guys doing? Like, I just want to, smell my own butt. chase my tail. You guys had me on the phone with the psychic.
Yeah, I don't know. I know we're going to get some people that are going to text us and tell us it's real. You know, maybe Joe Dredd will tell me, I have a pet communicator. I mean, you know what? I don't know what to tell all these people.
My wife reminded me that we did find out about Frank's favorite fancy feast meal and that he is a very fierce hunter. And then when you pay attention to what he's doing, it makes sense. He is. He's very fierce.
I have no comment to your wife who makes wonderful breakfast cupcakes.
Fair enough.
About what was just said.
So what is Frank's favorite fancy feast meal?
It's the meat-based ones. And he really does love that's
a shocker.
Well, I mean, there's meat or seafood. We go between meat and seafood, and he prefers the meat. The meat.
You needed a pet psychic to tell you that, or could you have just seen how Frank doesn't eat the seafood so much? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, good.
I'd say he would have saved money by doing that, but he didn't pay for this, so you know what? All bets are off.
Didn't have to pay for it.
I know, that's the problem, man.
Has it ever been brought up again, though, Rev? Like, maybe we should have someone come back and see what they're thinking now.
Oh, yeah. This isn't like just a one-time thing. We've done it a couple of times.
Oh, wait, for free? How do you do it for free every time?
I don't know. My wife's part of an animal communication group, and so she talks with the animals and does this thing. I don't really get too deep into it. I get the reports afterwards.
Your wife's smarter than my wife because she doesn't have to pay for it, so I don't know. Or as far as you know.
She may be learning herself how to do it. I don't know 100% about it.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Then, BJ, you can hire her.
Yeah, we'll give you a discount, only like $125.
Yeah, thanks. That's great. Again, I do not want to ruin Rev's relationship. I also don't want to ruin or get poisoned by any food that's brought into me that is tasty. So I will just reserve no comment about this entire
pet communication group thing. Is it like a Facebook group or is it like a group chat? Like
I know that they do. I mean, it was like one of those pandemic things, and she's met up with them a couple of times. But I know that it's they do stuff over like Zoom or Skype or something like along those lines a lot of the times.
Now, if there's a legitimate way to just know, like dog trainers, I'm not dismissing that. It's literally the person that says they can read the mind of your dog and then convert it to English for you. Those are the people I'm talking about. I know that there are, dog trainers and people that really can learn a lot about dogs by, in a form of communication. I'm talking about I read your dog's mind. You are a horrible human being to your dog.
See, you don't like it because they said you're a horrible human being. See, I like it because I'm Frank's guy.
Yeah, well, you didn't also have to pay. If you had to pay $250, I bet you wouldn't like it either, right?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's a question for you, and it has nothing to do with marrying your cat, communicating with your pet. So, why would a grocery store, why would grocery store employees attack a customer? Well, you're going to hear from that customer at 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. If this story is true, this is crazy. A customer at a California grocery store claims that he was dragged into a closet and beat up by employees after making a comment about customer service.
Well, the customer's not always right, apparently.
Damn, dude. His name is John. He was picking up some coffee and creamer at the Statler Brothers grocery store, or Stater Brothers grocery store around 8 a.m. last week. The line to the only open register was long, so he asked a manager nearby if they could open another checkout lane. He said the manager ignored him, and John then commented on the poor customer service, which led to the incident. And here's a clip from the local news report on what happened.
I was like, well, great customer service. I was saying, excuse me, sir, and you're ignoring me.
Oh, my gosh. Are they jumping this man?
It had me on the ground, and I seen them trying to close the door, and I was trying to kick the door open. So they went and closed it. Like, two of them started beating on me. Finally, somebody was saying, let him up, let him up.
What the hell, man?
What? Wow, that's just, I don't know what he said. I mean, unfortunately, everyone goes, I just said poor customer service. Who knows what he said? Even still, though, man, what could he have done to warrant that kind of treatment?
I mean, staff morale is pretty high. I guess they got each other's back.
Yeah, they sure do.
That seems a little excessive.
Yeah, he said he suffered a concussion, has a big bump on the back of his head, and that his eyebrow was split open. So that's a serious beating. And of course, well, the family that wants everyone involved to be held accountable. Yeah, I think you pretty much own the store.
You own the store? Is that what you get out of the deal?
I'm
At least
like
some peanut butter cups or something.
Yeah, well, I know that you would settle for that, but I think Stevie can get a lot more. And of course, Stater Brothers, this is their official statement from their lawyers. We are currently conducting an internal investigation of the incident and are unable to comment any further at this time.
I'd love to hear the conversation with the corporate office and the manager. And to be like, so what were you guys thinking when you decided just to go to the next level? Even like you said, if this guy was being yelling at them like, hey, guys, we need another line. Oh, I don't know what was going on. But you would think that some stories would have come out because if there was a long line, other people have been like, oh, no, that guy was being a jerk. But we haven't heard anything like that.
The audio, I'm not sure, the video, I'm not sure who recorded that, if that was one of his family members, but it didn't seem like it. It seemed like that was just a random person.
I think it was a random person because I think he was there solo. And then, of course, they called the cops. The cops had to let his wife know. Imagine that she's just like, whoa, what happened?
The random person video makes it seem like she's shocked that this dude's getting treated this way. You feel like there would have been some commentary about, well, the guy opened his mouth. It just doesn't seem like he did anything to fit this crime. You get to say poor customer service when a manager ignores you when you talk to them. Sure, I think that's a fair statement.
And how's it not a single employee who's just like, guys, I think we're going a little too far with how we're treating this customer. Like, I think we could just tell them, hey, if you don't like it, leave.
Yeah. And if he was really a problem, you call the cops. Like if he was doing something that would warrant a physical attack, that's where you have to call the cops and go, we gotta. But so that's why I feel like this is just people losing their damn mind. And really horrible employees. I mean,
And what would have happened if they closed the closet door? Like, he said he was fighting to keep that door open.
There would have been more stuff, I think. They just didn't want people to know that's what was going on.
Someone says this sounds like the business was a front for something. It does sound very mob-like.
Oh, good call. Because I don't really know much about Stater Brothers. I mean... there's Ralph's and there's Vaughn's, there's Safeway.
It's 171 stores throughout Southern California.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to have to see if there must be some in Newport Beach area then. Well, I don't know much about them.
I recommend if the line's long, just be patient.
Not going to say anything.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow. That is, I wonder, I don't know the place. 117 stores. That's a tough.
Oh, wow. I just went to their website. It says great beatings just for you. No, great deals. My bad. I read it wrong. Yeah, great deals just for you.
Yeah, if it's not a franchise and it's a chain, that chances are it's not a front. Unless the whole, I mean,
I like how you think it's a front.
I think the texter was joking. I don't think it really was like a mob thing.
I would think it wasn't. Listen, I do think that when you've got unruly characters that are willing to do something like that, I feel like the business may not be that business. I do. I don't know anything about Stater Brothers, but I have seen other places that got busted for being fronts. And I remember going in there going, this person's got terrible customer service. Turns out, because that person's not supposed to be slinging pizza. That person's slinging drugs in the back room.
It looks like they've been around since 1936.
Whoa. Yeah.
Well, that's because when you beat people like that, you know what? It's hard to beat that service.
Yeah, I mean, you don't F with the Stater Brothers. That's their slogan.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. That's right.
Dude, it's so weird because you go on their website and it's like, obviously it's not going to be like, we're going to F you up if you complain. But it's like so wholesome and so upbeat. And it's like all this great stuff we do for the community, all the great things we have in our bakery section, all the fun foods. And then they show pictures of all their employees smiling. And it's this sweet old lady and this older looking gentleman as well. And all I'm picturing are those are the people that are beating up this poor guy. But I know it's probably like some dumb young kids that are just idiots. But
it's the old lady. She had brass knuckles. Check her knuckles.
Right. Gladys just finally had it.
That's it.
That's right. Teach you a thing or two about patience.
That's right. Grandpa.
Bring him to the closet like we did last time.
Oh, that's right. Bring him to the closet. Wow. That's insane.
I'm going to guess he's not going to go get coffee there ever again.
Yeah. Oh, I have a feeling that he's going to get everything he wants there because he's going to own that place.
All of the creamer.
He's going to get a lot of money for this. He's got to get a lot of money for this, unless there's something that he did that we don't know. But he is going to get paid.
Well, their story says that they were rooted in an American tradition and proudly celebrate a rich legacy of service to this great nation.
Oh, really? What kind of service is that? The service you can't beat? Hey. Yeah.
Man. Yeah, it's not that. I know they say any PR is good PR. That's not the kind of PR you want.
Yeah,
for
that actually is not good
a grocery store that the employees are capable of just ganging up on you and attacking you if you complain.
Which really makes it look even worse. It's like, you didn't have enough employees to open up another line, but you sure have enough employees to beat the hell out of somebody. Is 10 punches or less? Can I go to the 10 punches or less line?
I'm looking at their Instagram page, and they usually showcase an employee. There's one lady who's been around for like 51 years.
Yeah, that was the lady I was there looking at.
Right. And this guy, his name is Jimmy. He apparently, on Monday evenings, is an instructor for anger management classes.
Oh. No, he's not. No, he's not.
Well, I got a couple of new clients for you, and they actually are your coworkers.
Wow. Awesome. Jimmy looks like the kind of guy that needs to go to anger management.
Oh, that's not fair.
He does.
He's something because of his eyes, like you?
Yeah, that's what he's bubbling
well,
under.
Murder eyes, no murder eyes.
That's right. That man's bubbling under, Steve. I know my murderers. Oh, wow. That is... Wow, dear Stater Brothers. It's boy, they're lucky they don't have... I mean, I don't know if they're taking this kind of a beating, as it were, in California. I mean, but man, this is... What a horrific situation for them.
So do you send the manager and those employees to see that guy?
Yeah, that guy's going to have to talk to everybody. Go, you're going to have to see Jimmy.
What if that's their press release? Look, we've done an internal investigation, and we're going to send them to see Jimmy. Go to our Instagram page to find out who Jimmy is and his story.
Jimmy's the success story. Do you think that's why Jimmy's known for his anger management situation? Because maybe Jimmy used to beat on people too?
Or because
allegedly?
they need it that badly?
Yeah, I mean, is this...
Jimmy's the muscle of this mob group.
Oh, now it is a mob group again. We're back to that.
With BJ, it is a mob group.
Actually, somebody did comment on the picture, and they're like, this is my family member, Jimmy. He was a gang leader for one of the biggest gangs in the empire in the early 80s, and they're still around today. But he got out of addiction, gangs, and spending the rest of his life, all that stuff. So
he's the guy.
So he's the guy, but now he's all about God and being good and not doing drugs.
Listen, I'm all for somebody reforming their life. That's great. Good for Jesse.
No, that's saying he's the
blame. He had issues.
Yeah, he's the guy they got to send these guys to.
Well,
could you put it a little better phrasing?
I just don't want Jimmy to slip. I don't want him to relapse when he realizes, what did you guys do? Oh, there were so many customers that I would love to do that too. Stop it, Jimmy. Remember your training.
Yeah, right.
Wow, you can't beat our prices, but our customers, we can.
Yeah, that you can. Yeah, you can. Yeah, sure can.
Oh,
Stater Brothers.
Yeah, someone said, do not accept the punch card from Stater Brothers.
Oh, geez. I like that one. That's a good one.
And so I wonder what happened if you get caught shoplifting there. Well, I think as long as you don't comment on how they're doing as employees, I think you're fine.
That's the key. I mean, do whatever you want as long as you don't diss the employees.
The person, you can't beat our customers, but we can.
Yeah. Wow. Just nuts.
Wow.
All right. Well, anyway, now I'm really curious to see if there's a Stater Brothers, when I'm down in California.
You have to
check
go.
it out.
Yeah.
Got to check it out.
Yeah.
Damn.
And complain about the line just to see what happens.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you think?
Man.
Yeah.
That's tempting fate at this point.
It surely is, Steve. Boy, I'm not
Especially
do
with
that.
BJ. Could you imagine him going down there?
You said Long Beach, right?
Is there one? Well, I
there
mean,
is one in Long Beach.
We're near. Yeah, we're close to. We're semi close to Long Beach. It's a little bit of a drive, but
an hour. Right?
Oh, but it's worth it to get great customer service.
Yeah. Oh, it's worth it to get punched in the face, right? Wow. What we have to do is send Tom Brady down there because he's the guy that everyone wants to punch in the face anyway. So why not send him to Staters? Stater Brothers.
Wow.
If you see Tom Brady, we punch him in the face.
At Stater Brothers.
I need that guy to read through one and now have one says it. If you see Russell Wilson.
Yeah, we have to do that.
He just posted another picture.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
I think it's
on
time.
his
You're
Instagram.
right.
I might have to unfollow. Maybe D. Ted Smith was right all along.
That's probably a good call.
Like it's like when you break up with somebody, you just remove yourself from their social media because they'll post things of them being happier with their new significant other, and it gets under your skin. And here's Russell posting a pic. It just looks so weird seeing him in a Denver Broncos jersey.
It does. all I want to see is him on his back. Then I'll
ask Sierra about that.
Gosh, right.
Yeah. That's all I want to see. I just want to see him realize that no matter what you didn't get to go to a better place. If they actually protect him better, I'll be pissed.
Go Hawks.
That's the thing.
Yeah. What happens if so they're going to obviously cater to what he wants. Like
they better.
I mean, I would imagine he's actually like the head coach, and the other guy's just a puppet. It's just like he's going to get everything that he wants because that's what they went out of their way to get him. And what if it works out and they go to the Super Bowl? Is everyone going to be calling for like Pete and John's job because clearly they should have listened to Russ?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I would.
I mean, this is probably pretty stressful for Pete and John, not only to be able to put together a new Seahawks identity and like go back to the old ways, but that's great if you find success with the Seahawks. But if the Broncos find better success, I'd imagine there's going to be a lot of people being like, we should have done what Russ wanted then.
Yeah, well, that's my opinion, Steve, is that if in fact he does have success when they basically cater, where they spend money more on offense than on defense, and they make moves more for offense than defense, you're right, Steve. I think then you look at Pete and John and go, what the hell were you thinking? Why did you pay him all that money and then not follow through? That's the mistake. I don't have a problem with them if they didn't want to go that way, but they paid him. And it's like you spent so much money and then you didn't follow through on the plan, which you could argue Pete doesn't like that kind of football, maybe not even qualified to coach that kind of football. But then what's John Schneider and the rest of the management doing then, not figuring out who you're going to go towards, Russ or Pete? What are you going to do?
Oh, man, what a story arc that this is going to be all season long.
Yeah. That's why I have a feeling that it's not going to be that easy, because a not-so-mobile Russell Wilson, I'm not too sure is as good as a quarterback that's taller. There are just certain passing plays that he doesn't, certain receivers he doesn't see. And because he's not running around, and he's just, I don't know if he's that good of a quarterback without being able to run like he used to.
What if he runs just fine in Denver and he's just been saving his energy because he knew that he was 1 foot out the door in his head for the last couple of years? He's like, why risk getting hurt? I already hurt my poor finger.
The last couple of years, the last few years.
Yeah, I'm with Danny on this. It seems like it's been forever since we've seen Russell just cause grief to defenses by moving around.
True.
It
went from 1 year where he had a ridiculous amount of rushing yards to then the next year where he had like nothing, and it was just like, what the hell? And so I mean, wouldn't that be something? We'll never get the truth. They'll never be like, I was kind of just throwing. I was just half-assing it when I was running.
Yeah, you're right, Steve. I will be very irritated if all of a sudden he's the Russell Wilson we remember.
He's just flying around, running, he's jumping over people, he's ducking things. All of a sudden he's throwing balls like he used to with Doug Baldwin, and Doug Baldwin's there. I don't even know why, but they don't like each other, but he just shows up.
Oh, all right.
The whole thing is just crazy.
Wow, all right. Okay. All right, then. Well, that'll be very sad if that works out. I'd rather believe that Pete and John knew what they were doing and just waiting for the right time to trade him. That's what I want to believe, is they were waiting and biding their time till they could get the most for him, knowing that they weren't going to tailor the football team to a guy who maybe they believe wasn't good enough to tailor the football team to.
What a fun season this is going to be.
I'm so excited.
I know.
I really am.
I am too. It's funny. Someone just texted in and said, I'm thinking, Steve, you saw the same post that I saw yesterday on Instagram. I had to unfollow him after that. Haha.
Yeah.
No, he posted a new one, so it's pretty much the same one, though. Like, it's a different picture, but it's him wearing Denver Broncos colors. And, of course, the first person you see liking the picture on Instagram, it shows our friend Caesar. And I actually was just going to tag Caesar in the comments and be like, F off, Caesar. I'm like, that's a little aggressive.
That's very, I say do it. I say take him to Stater Brothers and just have him beaten up.
Oh, I like Caesar. I don't want to see him get beat up.
Oh, no, he's got to get beaten up for this Russell love. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, so just have, just bring him to the right line, talk to the right manager. Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one wrong.
Renee Zellweger won a Best Actress Oscar for her portrayal of whom in the movie Judy?
Judy Jetson.
No.
Here's Judy Jetson.
I don't know, Paz.
That was the greatest answer ever.
Mm-hmm. I'm waiting for that.
Yeah. We were looking for Judy Garland, though. You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Miggs at 8:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How do I know if bankruptcy is going to provide me with relief? What are the steps for my situation?
There's so much information out there about bankruptcy with the internet and what people have heard from friends and other people that they've talked to about their financial issues or bankruptcy. There's also a lot of bad information out there or urban legends about bankruptcy. In order to determine whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, you need to talk to an attorney that's experienced in bankruptcy. So in order to determine whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, you should talk to an experienced bankruptcy attorney. And my job is not to convince you to file bankruptcy. My job is to help you to make that decision and have all the facts so that you can make an informed decision about whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, what benefits it's going to have for you, and what the downside of filing bankruptcy is.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.